thank you for joining me again today. So we're going to be making this card today. Now this was something I made with the offcuts from a card I made last week featuring the many medallions dies. So this was the card I actually made from the little leftover pieces, and I've teamed it with the coordinating stamp set Many Mates and the Playing with Patterns a Designer Series paper. Okay, and this is all in Purple Posy and Night of Navy. Okay, so that's what we're going to make. Just going to show you the stamp set because I didn't show you the stamp set last time. Really great set with lots of different sentiments in there for every occasion, and there's a variety of fonts as well, which I think is really cute. If you have the time and patience, of course you could colour these in as well. And then we've got the little sort of partners, if you like, so the mate of the larger sentiment. So you can do congrats on your retirement, okay, congrats you totally earned it, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so that's the set. It's a red rubber set, and then I showed you these dies before. So it was this one we trimmed down, and I ended up with these two strips that I've just used on the sample card. But because I only wanted strips, rather than die cut this again, there's this lovely strip border, if you like, in there already. So I decided to use that instead, rather than cutting a full one of the intricate ones out. So what we've got prepared is, I'm sticking with the Purple Posy card base and the white layer, but I picked out this paper instead to bring in some other colours. So this is actually Calypso Coral and Crushed Curry that's been added into there, and then I've cut those two strips ahead of time rather than you watch me and listen to me crank the machine. So yeah, so those are going to go across there. Now what I didn't like about this was that once I ended up adding the things, the embellishments on there, I felt like the detail of this was hidden too much. So I think I'm going to potentially space that out a little bit more, so that it's framing that area more. So that was my plan. So let's just do a bit of sticking ready. Oh, look at that. Didn't realise that was on the back. It's nice, isn't it? So I'm just going to use some seal to get this layer on. This is one of my usual card layers. So this is 4 by 5 3/4, and the paper is 1/4 inch smaller, so 3 3/4 by 5.5. Now on this card I actually raised this up, so we'll do that as well. Fresh packet of dimensionals ready. I'm going to put plenty on there so we don't have any that doesn't sag in the middle, because we do not like saggy middles. Like so. Okay. So that's ready to go. Before we adhere that, we need to add our bits and bobs, because I want the ribbon to wrap round and be hidden around the back, which means those might be in the wrong place, but we'll live with it. We'll live with it. Oops. Okay then. So like I say, these are going to go across the middle. I just need to plan my spacing a little bit. The ribbon I've got, so I wanted a coordinating ribbon. Don't have any Calypso Coral, just double checking, I don't have any Calypso Coral, but I do have this, which is actually Daffodil Delight, but next to the card, the paper doesn't look too far off. This is the Daffodil Delight ruched ribbon, very nice, and I think I'm going to use 2 strips of it actually. across the middle. So let's get my sharp scissors and cut a couple of lengths of that out. Leave that out so that we can, oh, my things come off. Never mind. I keep the cellophane on my ribbon so that it doesn't unravel. You know how it just sort of unravels like that? If you keep the cellophane on, it keeps it tidy. And just as I've pulled that off, it's come off, but never mind. So like I say, I was going to do my spacing. So what have we got? We've got an odd number of these, so we want to keep something central there, like so. Because this is curly, it's going to look weird. But we're going to go with something like this. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is position the ribbon first and then put those on afterwards. I'm just going to grab some just regular, it's actually magic tape, but grab a couple of strips of that. So those might end up in there. See if I can avoid the dimensional. So I'm just going to wrap that over the back and tape it into place. Sorry, I realised I've just turned that over the out of the camera. So, oh, it's all wibbly. Oh, I feel all at 6s and 7s. Right, that will do. It's only to position. It's only to hold it in place while I do this. Oh, it's very curly. I want it straightish. Just made that look so much harder than it needed to be. Just cut those off in case they cause an obstruction. So that's not very straight, so let's just straighten that up a little bit. So that looks like it's more towards the top. That's okay though, isn't it? If we turn it that way. And then what we'll do with this is we'll just use those centre portions there with the glue. Oh, everything's misbehaving today. There we are. Put this back in. I want to make sure that they've got an even amount of the pattern either side of on the edges here, so I'm just making sure it looks central on the card. Because if it isn't, you'll notice straight away. Well, you will. Whether your recipient will, I don't know, but you'll know it's not straight. So same at the top. There we are. That glue will stick quite quickly. We'll just trim off the excess. We should wait till that dries completely, really. Okay, looking good. Right, let's just try that for size on there before we stick it down. It's looking okay. Right, I think we can stick that down. All the rest we can do whilst it's assembled. There we are. So So just line that up with the bottom and the sides, and the rest should be good, like so. I'll just give that another crease, make sure it's nice and, there we are, that's how that's shaping up. Very nice. It's nice colours, aren't they? I wouldn't have thought of putting those together at all. While that's drying, I think what we'll do is we'll grab some white cardstock and we will stamp the sentiment. So I'm going to bring in Calypso Coral ink to go with the backing paper. And I'm going to use the same Happy Birthday, which I've already got on this block here. But just light tapping across your ink pad, make sure it's well inked. And then we're going to stamp that just there. Very nice. Again, Calypso Coral isn't the colour I go for a lot, so nice to use something different. And then this is the Timeless Tag Punch. Don't know why I'm trying to do it right-handed when I'm not right-handed. Just going to line that up centrally in there and give that a punch. Punches are great tools, just absolutely great tools. So these are going to go on dimensionals as well. And because it's going over a ribbon, I'm going to add some multi-purpose glue to that. It will just help that stay secure. So just dollop some glue on top of that sentiment. And I'm just going to position that over here. Press that just firmly just for a minute, and I think what we need is one of our trusty acrylic blocks just to hold that in place just for a sec. Whilst that's happening, we can cut another generous strip of ribbon so that we can tie this. On the other one, I just I tied the bow separately and then stuck it on. So now the challenge will be, can I actually get this to tie neatly? On here. Quite thick ribbon, so I'll have to fiddle about with it a bit. But I reckon that will do. That could do with being pressed down a little bit longer. Just coming up slightly where I tried to cut that ribbon. Tie the ribbon, I should say. But there we go. Aside from just making sure that those last bits are dry, that is it. Okay, really nice and simple. Lots of sentiments you could have chosen to put on there. I like you can see a little bit more of the lacy background on that one as well. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that. As always, there will be a link to a corresponding blog post which will list everything that I've used in the projects today. The featured projects will also be linked directly under this post. Also links just to the main front page of my store, so you can have a browse for anything else you might want to add to your baskets. There's also a link to the joining page if you fancy joining Stampin' Up and reaping some of the benefits there are for that. There'll be more information on that link as to what those benefits are. Don't forget, it's the last few days of bonus days, so for every multiple of £45 you'll get a voucher back to spend in August, and there's stuff happening in August that you might want to spend some pennies on. So yeah, look out for all of that information coming soon as well. So that's it from me for today. Thanks for joining me. Nice simple project for today. Okay, have a great day everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, right, bye then, bye.